Testing. Okay. So I've tried a bunch of times to film this, and it's given me a really hard time because it's either too fuzzy, too close, or too dark. Even tried it in the middle of the night, didn't work. So let's give this one a shot. We're gonna back way off of the unit, but here's how you do it: is we've got the vehicle on, and we just hit the scan. Yep. Let me make sure I touch it this time. On our control, and it wants to know if it's forward. So we touch the forward. And it's going through reading. Now it wants to know if it's an Explorer or a Mountaineer, so Explorer. And it wants to know if it's got advanced track or anything like that. It's going to walk you through what you want, what your vehicle has and doesn't have. This one doesn't, so it comes up with the VIN and all the kind of fun stuff. We tell it okay. And we want it to do an automatic scan. So we're going to hit automatic scan, and it's going to scan all the electronics in the truck to make sure everything's working right. Now it's going through, and it's going to scan everything. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here just by hitting the pause button. And it'll stop. And we're just going to look at this particular one because I know that's what's going on. So we just hit diagnostic on it. It's going to read the ECU, and it's going to give us those codes. We want to read those codes. So we want to read the stuff that's in the memory. Again, the key is still on. Engine off, and it's giving us the three codes. Engine 6-cylinder or P0306. Anytime there's a number on the end of it, it usually has to do with that particular cylinder. It would go 301 to 308 or 3010 if you've got a V10, but it'll give you the code that corresponds with it. This particular one, the P1000, I know is a Ford code, and I can show you just by hitting that little search bar, and it'll automatically search the internet if you've got it connected, and this one is connected. And Google tells you right in the very first one that it indicates there's an issue with the car's ECU. Basically, the ECC has not completed its emission systems test because we just redid everything. We haven't cleared the codes, and we haven't taken it for a drive. And anybody who knows if you clear a code and goes right to the smog place, it won't smog. They tell you it has to drive it. That's what they're seeing. So they tell you, go drive your car. So you just go back. Oh, and one of the features on this is it's a complete tablet. So you can go home, and it's all the applications that you'd possibly want. One of the things I was looking at was, will it allow you to video? It doesn't look like it. But anyway, so we go back to the car, and we can go to P306, and we can hit that search again. And it's going to take us how to fix P0306, 3 minutes only. Yeah, they want you to pay for it. But if you go farther down, they're telling you it's an engine 6 misfire detected, and you can run into a bunch of trouble codes. And you could search P300 trouble code, and it'll tell you, based on that, well, it could be the coil pack, or this particular one's the 306. We have replaced all the spark plugs in it, and it cleared a bunch of the codes that had a misfire all over the place. But this particular one, I bet, is the only thing left to replace is the spark plug wire. So now let's go back to the car again. So once you've read your codes, you can go in there and you can clear them. So it'll allow you to clear codes. It says everything's going to be lost. That's fine. If it's bad, it'll come back. So it just connects to it, and it gets rid of the codes. Boom, all gone. So now when we read the ECU, the only code we'll come up with is probably the P1000 because we haven't driven the vehicle. I guess I forgot to hit it. Okay. Now read. So now we're going to go back and see our memory codes, or the codes that it captured. And now, like I said, it's just that P1000 code. So that's pretty much it. Real simple system to use. You can also print a report, give your customer and say, here's what's wrong, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or if you got a friend that you're running a code for, you can run that code for them and they can go search it. You can email it to them. You can print it, however you want to do it. You can also do live data. You can do an actuation test where you test different things. So it's got a lot of features that you could use in your shop. So if you don't have one, you definitely need one. So let me go back to the wrap up and we'll finish up this video.